You're breathing right now, right? Congratulations. You just inhaled about 40,000 viruses. No, I'm not trying to leave you paranoid. Yet. But think about it. Right now, while you listen to me comfortably on your couch, billions of invisible microorganisms are circulating the planet, and any of them can be the next to put humanity on your knees. Do you know what is scarier? It is not the fact that they exist, is that they are ridiculously small. So small that if a virus were the size of a tennis ball, a human cell would be the size of a football stadium. And yet this microscopic little thing has managed to kill more people throughout history than all wars together. How can something you can't see can destroy entire civilizations? Well, that's exactly what we're going to find out today. Let me tell you something. Nature has a very sadistic sense of humor. She created organisms that are basically molecular ninjas, small, silent, and deadly. And the worst? They are everywhere. In the air you breathe, in the water you drink, in that handle you played without thinking twice. But calm down. You don't have to run to take a gel alcohol bath. Not yet. The truth is that we live in a fragile balance with these microorganisms. It's like dancing on a tightrope on a volcano. It works well until the moment it doesn't work anymore. And when does this balance break? Well, then the show begins. A show of horror that humanity has watched several times, always pretending to be surprised when the next act begins. Let's go back in time. 14th century, Europe. Life was already difficult enough, without Netflix, without delivery, and with a life expectancy that would make any retirement plan seem joke. But then something came through the ports. Something tall, loaded by fleas that were hitchhiking and rats. Yersinia pestis, an elegant name for a bacteria that would turn a third of the European population into statistics. The Black Plague did not discriminate. Kings, peasants, priests, sinners, all were equal before this morbid democracy. People woke up with fever, developed grotesque boobans in armpits and groins, and in a matter of days, well, let's say there was no second season to watch. 1 in 3 Europeans died. Think about it. Look at the 2 people closest to you now. Statistically, one of you would not survive. But here is the fascinating and terrifying part. All this was caused by something you can't see without a microscope. Such a small bacteria that millions of them fit the tip of a pin decided it was time to redecorate Europe with corpses, and did it. As simple. She hacked the system. See, microorganisms are basically biological hackers. They find vulnerabilities in our immune system and explore without mercy. Yersinia pestis, for example, has a genius and cruel strategy. It injects proteins that basically say to your defense cells, "Hey, relaxes, it's okay here," while multiplying unbridled. It's like a thief who convinces the security guard that he is part of the cleaning team. And the most ironic? Humans helped. At the time, plague was believed to be caused by bad air, the theory of miasma. So people avoided bathing, thinking that the dirt created a protective barrier. Spoiler, it didn't create. In fact, it only facilitated the work of fleas. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The intention may even be good, but the result? But let's go a few centuries. 1918. The world was recovering from a war that had already killed millions. People thought the worst had passed. Oh, sweet innocence. A new player was about to take the field, and he didn't need weapons, tanks, or military strategies. I just needed sneezing. The Spanish flu, which, incidentally, did not start in Spain. But they took the blame because they were the only honest enough to report. It was as if nature decided to show to humanity who really sent in the peace. In just 2 years, it killed between 50 and 100 million people. More than World War I. More than World War II. More than the two together, in fact. And you know what the weapon was? An influenza virus. Something so small that if you rode 100,000 of them, it would barely give an inch. But this little one had a special trick. He was muting fast. Very fast. It was like trying to hit a target that changes shape every second. The immune system barely had time to say, "Hey, I know you," and the virus had already changed by disguise. The scariest? The Spanish flu didn't only kill elderly and sick. She had a morbid preference for healthy young people. People between 20 and 40 years fell like flies. Why? Because the virus was so efficient in provoking an immune response that the body's own defense system became the executioner. It's like drowned because your body decided that the best way to erase a lit match was to flood the whole house. Cytokine storm, they call. Cytokine storm. A poetic name for a horrible death. And here is a sinister curiosity. Many cities have tried to hide the severity of the situation to not cause panic. Philadelphia, for example, held a parade with 200,000 people at the height of the pandemic. Result? In the following weeks, the city had to dig ordinary ditches because there were not enough coffins. Meanwhile, cities that implemented social distance measures— Wait, this sounds familiar? Speaking of things that are repeated, if you are finding these fascinating and terrifying stories just right, and I know you are, because you're still here with me, how about making sure you don't miss the next videos? Just click on that button to subscribe down there. And since we are talking about small actions that make a big difference, leave that like to help more people discover how tiny organisms can change the course of history. I promise you will not take any disease by clicking the button. At least not that I know. Now, let's talk about something more recent. Something we all live in, 2019. A market in Wuhan, China. A virus that probably jumped from bats to humans through an intermediate host that still generates heated debates. SARS-CoV-2, a name that would enter history as the cause of the first truly global pandemic of the information age. And man, what a real-time horror show it was. For the first time in history, we were able to follow a pandemic spreading live, in high definition, with colorful graphics and death counters updating as if they were video games. The technology that should protect us has also become the window to the slow-motion apocalypse. But COVID-19 has taught us something valuable about how modern pandemics work. It's not just about the virus, it's about us. Our hyperconnectivity, which allows me to ask for Chinese food on my cell phone, also allows a virus to go around the world in a matter of weeks. The same plane that takes you to the dream holidays can carry a microscopic clandestine passenger to all continents. And do you know what is more ironic? We knew this was going to happen. Epidemiologists have been warning for years. It is not a matter of whether, it is a matter of when. But humanity has this amazing ability to ignore warnings until it's too late. It's like seeing the iceberg approaching Titanic and deciding that the best solution is to play higher music. Now let me explain something that will explode your mind. Viruses are not technically alive. Serious. They are basically malicious biological drives. A piece of genetic code wrapped in protein that only turns on when you find a host cell. Out of a host, they are as alive as a stone. But when do you find the right cell? Then, my friend, is like inserting an infected USB on your computer. Game over. And the bacteria? These are alive and very smart. They communicate with each other. Yes, bacteria have their own molecular WhatsApp called quorum sensing. They exchange information on antibiotic resistance as teenagers sharing proof responses. Hey, I found a way to survive the penicillin, go ahead. And they really pass through small DNA packages called plasmids. But here is the true question that should take your sleep. And the next one? Because there will be a next one. This is mathematical. Perhaps it is an emerging virus of some forest that we are deforesting. Perhaps it is a super-resistant bacteria created by our irresponsible antibiotic use. Or maybe, and that's the scariest, it's completely new. Something we have no defense. See, every second, trillions of microorganisms are mutating, evolving, testing new genetic combinations. It is like a cosmic lottery where the prize is the ability to efficiently infect humans. And with 8 billion people on the planet, living closer and closer, traveling constantly, the chances are in their favor, not ours. What's more, global warming is literally thawing viruses and bacteria that have been sleeping at permafrost for thousands of years. It's like opening a time capsule full of old pests. In 2016, an anthrax outbreak in Siberia was caused by defrosting a dead reindeer 75 years ago. If this is not a horror movie coming true, I don't know what it is. But it's not just about the ancients. New viruses are emerging, frequently alarming. Nipah, Marburg, Zika, chikungunya. It seems that nature is testing new models as if it were a smartphone production line. Let's see. This one causes hemorrhagic fever, this paralysis, this microcephaly in babies. What will be the next hit? So what do? Did we give up? Did we build bunkers and live in sterilized bubbles? No. The answer is simpler and more complex at the same time. We respect the power of the invisible. We invest in science, health systems, epidemiological surveillance. We learn from the past instead of repeating it as a scratched record. Because in the end, this is the supreme irony. We are the smartest species on the planet, capable of dividing atoms and exploring other worlds. But we can still be knocked down by something that is not even technically alive. Is it humiliating? For sure. Is it terrifying? Absolutely. But it is also a reminder that no matter how much we move, we are still part of nature. And nature, well, it always has the last word. Next time you wash your hands, remember, you are not just removing dirt. You are participating in a millennial war between humanity and microorganisms. A war that we will never win completely, but we cannot afford to lose either. Because in evolutionary chess between us and them, the draw is our only possible victory. And that's it. Chaos is always lurking, waiting in the invisible. Sleep well with this information.